Welcome to the Bladtcast After Dark, as it were, for anyone who might actually be watching this live at the moment. It is indeed Bladtcast number 653, and I am making a bold proclamation. I am telling the audience that in this episode, we will explain why 2025's War of the Worlds is the worst film in all of our lifetimes. That's my bailiwick. We'll see how the rest of you and our panel feel about it. Our returning champion, triumphantly back here on the show, Liam McEnany. Liam, thank you for being here and thank you for staying up late.
I just want to point out, if you do show your bailiwick, YouTube terms of service.
That could be an issue. Yes, YouTube terms of service. And also with us is the man, the myth, the Connor, Eric Connor, Count Eric Connor, also known as Nice Cube. What kind of is Michael Vick in the room behind you? What's happening?
I think my dogs watched this movie and they've yet to recover. It rendered them savage, feral.
Well, there are a lot of angles to cover when we get into this topic of the 2025 War of the Worlds. I do want to go through the how, the why, and the good God, man, of all of it. Now, I was going through my top-notch note keeping that I do when I want to look into something more, and I just take a screenshot of something I read on social media. And it was this post from someone that I don't know, going by Rolo Tony. And it said, War of the Worlds 2025 is the worst adaptation of the source material to date. That got my interest, considering how atrocious the 2004 one was. It had no ideas beyond the found footage approach. And even then, the film is struggling to find ways to present coherent scenes. Ice Cube is so lost. Maybe one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Now, I don't know about you. When you first heard about it, I know that the three of us are on a text thread, and Eric was wanting to make sure we were well aware. At what point, Eric, did you realize this is important? We can't let this just fall by the wayside. We need to become laser focused on this.
You know, I saw someone had, and I apologize, I realized I didn't share this link. Someone posted all scenes of Ice Cube running. And that alone got me really excited about this film. And I mean, it was one of those, like, it clearly seems like a COVID-made story. And the fact that they released it all these years later, it's like, this is in some ways the perfect time to do it. You know, like years later when there were other options, when they even could have maybe reshot some of this. But nope. When you have perfection, why change it? Why mess with the best?
Go ahead, Liam.
You say it's a COVID movie, but I want to point out in the closing credits, they did note that the sound was mastered for Dolby 7.1 for some theaters. So there was an expectation with this movie that not only would there be a theatrical rollout, but it would be pretty widespread all across the country.
Correct. There is always that expectation. I think you want to put your best foot forward. It might have been more the idea that it could have been in theaters internationally, but doing a little bit of research, this was indeed greenlit during COVID. They sold it as this. I do believe it was produced in like 2021. It has sat around for some time, and it has not aged well. It's sort of like those science experiments where it's like, well, put a Big Mac under your bed and see what happens. Check on it once a month. And I think that that's my understanding. I actually tried to find out, because before I actually watched it, I thought, okay, there's only one reason to make a movie like this. Universal has the rights to War of the Worlds. They did the last one with Tom Cruise, the previous one. And they're going to lose those rights if they don't do something with it. So they churned out something really cheap in 90 minutes. Now, there's nothing that supports that. So I think it is just a COVID movie that sat around for 4 or 5 years. But that made the most sense to me. It was like, hey, you don't want to spend a lot of money on one of those. One of those ones that you're only doing it so that you can continue to have the rights for another day. It's like how every few years Warren Beatty does an interview in the suit, in the costume of Dick Tracy, just in case he ever decides to make another movie. But it's also more so no one else gets to make a Dick Tracy movie. Had that occurred to either of you that might be why this exists? I'll ask you, Liam, if you'd thought that there might be some behind the scenes machinations that led to this bastard child of a film.
Well, first of all, I think quite frankly, during COVID, they were just, Hollywood was trying to figure out any way they could to make movies while also adhering to these very, very strict standards. Everybody has to wear a mask. People can't be in the same room together. And they kind of hit on the strategy. And this is not the first movie to do this. There was a big hit thriller film, and I can't remember the name of it, that was based entirely on, it was like a horror film, and it was just based on teenagers being on their phones and on their computers.
Yes.
And they never got together. And then they did a big budget sequel, about a girl who found her kidnapped mother in South America entirely by just sitting on her ass.
Searching and Missing. There were two films like that. Yeah.
Yes, I subbed Missing with the entire production team, because their alma mater is the school I'm currently attending, and could not have been prouder of the work that they did.
I felt like that should have been a Jason Statham film, but maybe that's just because then we would have all seen it together. So maybe that's my.
You wanted to see Jason Statham sit on his ass in his room and not do anything.
Right, exactly, the one you're talking about. Eric, you really were the one to run with this. You kept alive the text thread that Liam and I were on. You made sure that we didn't forget about this, right?
I mean, I just feel like this movie was too important in 2025 to miss. Like if we didn't talk about this, it'd be like, we lost out on, I don't know, NSYNC in their prime. And really, like, this there's so many levels of what makes this terrible, and it's hard to almost like say, like, even my wife started watching this and she's like, why are you watching this a second time? I'm like, I'm preparing. And then it like rendered her in like a stupor, because she was like, she was like, this is terrible. But then she couldn't change the channel. It sort of like it put her in a daze. And so I feel like, this is exactly why we have microphones. And the fact that it is, in essence, we're all playing Ice Cube in this conversation, right? We're all looking very serious at the camera. We're all in these little boxes away from each other, even though we all live in LA area. In Burbank, we
very easily could have gotten together to talk
could have been in a room together, but we opted not to, because just like the Department of Homeland Security, it's just a ship better run alone. Why have anyone else do the job when you have an Ice Cube who does a job of 70 men?
Okay, so let's jump into this if we're going to talk about this.
Yes,
so Ice Cube is literally the entire United States Justice Department. He sits in what is clearly a green screen office. Like I haven't seen green screening that bad since the last Dabbleverse podcast I've been on. It might as well have been, the credit might as well have been set design Quadfather. I mean, that's how bad the green screen effect of
100%.
Be like a temple. It'd be like a synagogue Sabbath service run by Quadfather, I'd even say.
But I mean, so he said, all right, so this is the first thing, was his daughter, who he's spying on, I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start by saying this. We can talk about the daughter thing in a second, but his daughter says, they have you working the Sunday graveyard shift again. Cut to, it's bright out. It's not the graveyard shift.
It's a graveyard somewhere.
but
Mongolia.
My point is, on Sunday, there's only one man working the entire Department of Homeland Security, and it just happens to be Ice Cube. Right. By the way, are we doing spoilers in this show?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's literally nothing to spoil, I think.
But you mentioned, okay, so think of all the different jobs he did beyond stalking his own children, which seems to be a 24-hour job already. But he basically, so Homeland Security, tech. At one point, he delivered a warrant, which was kind of like then, okay, wait, so is he an attorney, a paralegal, a runner, a file? What are the guys called who like drop off like when you've been summoned?
A process server. A friend of mine who lives in Rochester actually had that happen twice in the same day earlier this week.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've seen the New York Post article
with misspelling included, by the way. All the best.
But he's not the process server. He's the guy who delivers. He's the guy who delivers the warrants to the people who are breaking in. There's no process serving going on in this movie.
No, but he dealt with the judge apparently, right? And they're like, "Can we go in? Hold on 1 second. I got it. I got your warrant."
No. Briggs, the head of Department of Homeland Security, is of course the FBI agent in Chicago is the one who went to the judge.
No, he did it all. He went to the judge.
No, he could not have gone to the judge.
I know he didn't physically go, but he somehow was in that conversation.
Right.
Not to mention, he's like on the tactical side when they're breaking into the anonymous guy. Like he's on point there too. He's like the eye in the sky in every sky there is.
I believe you're referring to the Deceptor.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. His name left me like tears in the rain.
No. So basically, this movie is about the cheerful, happy side of a techno-fascist state, where basically, like Judge Dredd, Ice Cube is judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah. Yes. The disease on the cure, and I know that's a different movie.
I am the law.
He is indeed the law. So. And I think that there's.
To keep this up, I have to do this.
Can I say that there's a great YouTube video that shows in this scene that we're looking at right now?
Yes,
they use the same exact reaction shot 3 times in a row.
Yes,
like they keep cutting back to the same exact reaction shot.
Liam, why have hamburger when you can have steak?
It's almost like they didn't even do 3 takes of this scene.
Yeah. It is almost like that. And for our visual audience, I have been cycling through a number of the facial images that Eric has sent to me.
Well, what's great is Ice Cube looks at the very beginning of the movie. Ice Cube sees that he's saved an article about his daughter creating cannibal DNA.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is not a thing.
Says you, by the way.
I'm sorry. What's your PhD in, Liam?
It's in movie science.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's true.
Movie shit.
It might actually be relevant to this conversation.
Yeah. So my point is just, as someone who was forced to read H.G. Wells in junior high school, I'm a wee bit familiar with the story, and you know how basically in the original they catch like a cold and they all die.
Yes, that's it's that tends to be the problem. Is that the aliens, you can't beat them unless you sneeze on them,
right?
So,
or you just have a tremendous amount of water readily available. With thankfully, if anyone did any scouting, they'd realize Earth has almost no water. So
right?
You can see why they came here.
Or you're lucky enough to be the first guy to write an alien invasion book, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
So yes, as we're trying to, really dissect any of this, I think it is important to use a metric that I feel like is ridiculous when it comes to quantifying films and film appreciation, unless it has numbers like this. So this is the Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter for War of the Worlds. At one point, it was at 0%. It is now up to 3%. But the popcorn meter is at 21%. And that's higher than Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. I believe that's at 19%. But you don't get a 3% easily. You
Not by
know,
accident.
you have to work really hard. And I do want to shout out somebody that I know is a friend of Liam's and someone I've been fond of for many years through their work on television. The great TV's Frank from Mystery Science Theater 3000. Frank Conniff posted, "I saw the new War of the Worlds movie on Amazon, and we all owe Madam Web an apology." I have to say, Eric, this is worse than Madam Web. And for our Marvel audience, this is worse than Secret Invasion. It's shorter than Secret Invasion, so I have to give it at least an honorable mention in that way, that it's 90 minutes instead of 6 episodes. But I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, just so much decision making that goes into this, and as we're trying to basically be a support group for one another and talk our way through what we can remember of the movie, I feel myself getting traumatized all over again. I don't know about you gentlemen, but it's very
great. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say this. This was great. We watched, Christian and I saw Kraven the Hunter together. That was terrible. That was a bad movie that was like painful to watch and like felt like it would never end. War of the Worlds, I could have watched another hour of this. I'm not even joking. By the way, it's in the top 10 on Amazon. It's been in the top 10.
It's like in the top 4 right now, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's so like there's literally no such thing as bad publicity when it comes to movies like this. Because this movie is going to be more widely watched than I think any Noah Baumbach critically acclaimed. Francis Ha, great movie. Not going to be as widely watched as War of the Worlds. I'm sorry. But my point is just, I loved it. I caught myself live texting it to you guys last night.
Yes, I know.
Especially when he thinks his daughter is killed by an alien invasion and he tries calling 911.
Yes.
He thought, hello, 911, what's your emergency? Oh, it's a pretty slow night here, so we have lots of squad cars to send out to just anywhere you want us to go.
Well, by the way, just to interject, Liam, because you're giving overall positive feelings.
Oh, no, it's a terrible movie.
No, but what you're saying is kind. I, for one, would like to present you with this $1,000 Amazon gift card that is one of multiple major plot points in this film. There's the $1,000 Amazon gift card, which is a means to get the Amazon drone with the Amazon order for the Amazon thumb drive, as logical as all of that is. It's some of the most blatant product placement we've ever seen, and yet it's so far from the worst part of this movie.
Do you guys remember, to go back to someone has no controversy in his life, Bill Cosby, when he did?
Oh, you mean Ghost Dad? Yeah, I remember him kind of.
Or Leonard Part 6.
Leonard Part 6. Yeah, that's true.
So there is a scene in Leonard Part 6 where he's holding a bottle of Coke, and at the time, he was a spokesman for said product. And so the Coke is literally like in the foreground of the shot. Mm-hmm. So it's him talking to someone. And I remember the Coke was held so that you saw the Coke better than you saw him or his co-star. And I thought, well, that's kind of crass, even as a kid watching that film. It made me also a little sleepy, but that's neither here nor there. Meanwhile, this one, Amazon,
the VHS.
Would you?
Are you saying he drugged you through the VHS tape?
It would make sense. I woke up 7 days later, completely naked, as often would happen.
And he's had a limp ever since.
Yeah. But this one, it's like Amazon. It's not just they show up; they're the heroes. So the $1,000 gift card saves the world. And then also the Amazon, the fact that you have an Amazon delivery guy who looks like, he had a fair amount of head trauma at some point earlier in his life, and yet he bagged a PhD candidate who's brilliant.
Yeah.
And so somehow they're saying it's like, well, listen, like Amazon drivers, they punch above their weight class. They're able to sort of like clear the deck, and it just showed me like really Amazon can save us in ways Facebook can't.
I really want to walk the viewer through the scene for a second, because you really have to understand how egregious this is. They're in the back of an Amazon delivery truck. The Faith, the daughter, and the boyfriend, discount Pete Davidson.
Unless I'm mistaken, has she not just given birth before this happens?
I got confused.
Or because she has the injury. And then I thought they said something. Maybe they just referred to the fact that they know it's a baby girl.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So this is what confused you, because it confused me. I figured it out. Discount Pete Davidson says to Ice Cube, our baby girl is okay. So at first I was like, holy shit, they had and then I realized later, like, oh, he just means that's your daughter, and my there's a really weird way to fucking phrase it.
So you're saying this film believes that life begins at conception, which is not really the stance I thought it was making.
Well, the Lost Scenes is they have a baby monitor that they order through Amazon, and then they actually have a portable ultrasound machine as well, also from Amazon Prime, within the 2 to 6 p.m. delivery window.
And it's great because Ice Cube can also hack into her Apple Watch and keep tabs on her. But here's the thing. So they're in the back of an Amazon delivery truck with an Amazon delivery driver. And he says, in order to get this thumb drive to you, you have to order it on Amazon.
That's right. I forgot.
And I just happen to have this brand new drone that they've been training us on for months. That's the future of Amazon delivery. And so then he starts to pilot the drone with the VR head goggles, and every single alien tripod locks onto this thing and tries to kill it. It's like basically like if you're making a World War II movie and there's a central scene where a fly has to heroically fly through the German Panzer tanks, and they all turn and fire their turrets at this fly. It's unbelievable. And then the drone lands on its back, and luckily there's a hilariously homeless guy,
right,
who really needs money because he's living in a tent on the street in the middle of an alien invasion and in Washington, D.C., and they offer him an Amazon gift card, which I have no idea how he got it because they don't have his email address or anything at that point.
Well, he did have a cell phone.
Oh, he did have a cell phone.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we'll pay for his internet for a year. It's like, well, the government's doing that.
Well, remember, this was in Biden's America. So back then, the homeless had cell phones. Yeah.
That is just,
I had hope.
Get an Obama phone.
He did have one of those Obama phones.
He did.
One thing I found, okay, by the way, that guy was on the golf course the whole time. I think he was like the second in command.
Yes. Yeah, well, I recognize that actor. I think from one of the seasons of 24. He's yeah, but he's like, I don't know, head of Homeland Security or something.
Yeah.
So the other guy is Clark Gregg, who people know as Agent Coulson from the Avengers movies. The Avengers movie, and then of course from the series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's basically playing that character in this. If he were a little bit power hungry. By the way, we do. Because we are live, this is we're really only getting any traction on Liam's channel, so thank him for streaming. But Curious George with a K, can't wait to watch this piece of shit. And I am going to just shout out Charlie Don't Surf because of the name Charlie Don't Surf, which I'm not going to insult the film acumen of my guests by proving that I know where Charlie Don't Surf came from and just say that I like it.
From The Clash. We all love The Clash.
Yes, we do all love The Clash. But go ahead.
Can I just point out, in this movie, when there's a major international catastrophe that involves just government buildings being blown up, the president of the United States is quickly shuttled to the Oval Office.
Yes, that's the safest place the president.
They'll never look for him there.
Yeah.
But again, he's still golf course.
That's
all day.
Yes,
all night.
But let me ask Liam what he thinks. Is this guy really on a golf course, or is this a green screen golf course?
No. This looks too good for the green screen.
This is natural light. Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is absolutely this guy filming himself on his own phone, doing one because he's even wearing the earbuds.
Yeah.
Like, you might think he's doing a fucking. Like, you might think he's like reading to audition for the part at this point.
Yeah, my during the pandemic, the first writing job that my wife got, sort of getting back in, it's still there as a show on Netflix called Social Distancing, and it was like an anthology show, and it was like this sort of thing where cameras were sent to actors to set up, and they were able to watch it. They were streaming everything, but like the crews didn't like go to people's houses and stuff. So it reminded me when I see this guy on the golf course of just some content doesn't hold up so well. Like sometimes I'll come across how poker's on television. Sometimes you'll come across the bygone era of poker on television where everyone's wearing masks, and you're like, should they be showing these episodes? Are they really that good? Or should they just, kind of go with the ones through 2019 and then whatever, 2023 onward? Did they really spend so much money on the poker episodes where everyone's wearing masks that we still need to see them? I don't know the answer.
The only ones that hold up are Norm and Artie. Anything else is poker related, you can just.
By the way, those are absolutely amazing. That's a great point. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you remember when wrestling was shut down for COVID, so they still had matches, but with no audience.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was unsettling, to put it mildly.
Well, don't forget, Major League Baseball had cardboard cutouts of fans. Yeah.
I had a cardboard cutout in Citi Fields. I paid.
You did not.
I paid the $29, but I didn't pay the extra $50 to get it shipped back to me.
Well, therein lies your mistake.
Somewhere right now in Flushing, there's a homeless man masturbating right on that. I guarantee.
Well, that would be another $50, so definitely not.
Yeah. Well, he probably got $1,000 Amazon gift card on his Obama phone.
By the way, pause for a second. Wait, go back 1 second. I just want to point out.
Do you want me to go back? So the fact that there's
right there. Oh, you missed it. Now go forward a little bit. So this is what confused me. I thought I was watching the Spielberg at first because they use a lot of frame and frame cinematography like Spielberg likes to do.
Right.
Sorry, I had to get a little film nerd humor.
No, I appreciate that. That's I'm surprised we didn't get more of it. The tentacle like machines is something that we've seen in past War of the Worlds. There wasn't just that one. I remember there was a TV series in the late 80s, early 90s. Mm-hmm. Like they go to this well semi regularly. And then that was as we're looking, the day of the Triffids. So this was the thing that people latched onto, the fact that the trailer literally says it's worse than you think. And I may be holding on this for a moment or two so that I can post this on social media, the three of us under the slogan, "It's worse than you think." But it really was worse than I thought, and I felt like I had an expectation for what this would be. But what's Eva Longoria doing in this movie?
Looking amazing.
It's true. I mean,
making me wish I studied astrophysics.
Yeah, making me wish I'd studied acting and kept in better shape.
Well, there's a lot of things there. Yeah, exactly. But
I'm going to say this. I was expecting it to be a war of the worlds. Like, as much as people bag on Independence Day, at least they cut the primitive tribesmen cheering as a spaceship went down.
So you're saying that this is more War of L'Enfant Plaza in downtown Washington, D.C.? It's a little shout out for my people in the Beltway. What's up?
I would say this war started in D.C. and ended in Chicago for some reason.
That's true.
I would say it was all set in Atlanta or Vancouver or New Mexico, even though it didn't look anything like New Mexico.
Go ahead, Liam.
I would say it was set in Ice Cube's office because, frankly, that's what it looked like when he yanked. Like, just there's a green screen behind him. It could have been shot in his fucking bathroom while sitting on the toilet. We don't know.
Is the reveal that Dave, his son Dave, is the I don't even know. I mean, the shorthand is to call him a hacker. The way in which and Eric, you sent me a video that kind of really broke this whole thing down really well, and that video pointed out that all he did is isolate the audio of this voice, slow it down, and then remove the distortion, and then he realized it was his son's voice, which did beg the question, like, why didn't he do that until now? Like,
or why did no one else consider that?
I actually have the answer to that question.
I would like to hear your answer, please.
Which is, the son used some phrase earlier to talk about the disruptor.
Oh yeah,
and then the disruptor used the same phrase later in that video, and so Ice Cube was like, "Wait a second, there's only one person on Earth who's ever used this phrase before."
Well, look, that is how the Unabomber got turned. Ted Kaczynski got turned in by his brother because he realized, like, yeah, there's some stuff in his manifesto that he is the only one who ever says that.
But can we talk about how he traced the disruptor originally to Chicago, which was he went into the Get Info tab on a YouTube video and just pulled a string of garbage out and then just pasted it into a search engine. And then it just cross-referenced to another thing they were searching for. And it's like, well, no, that's not how YouTube works at all. Believe me, I'd fucking be unmasking half the creeps in the Dabbleverse. It was that easy.
Starting with yourself.
Well, we all know where the puppet is, but I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
One thing I want to make sure we talked about. Okay, how many days or hours passed during this film?
That's a great point. I would say less than 12.
That seems like a fair guess, right?
Yeah. Well, what say you, Liam?
Yeah.
Oh, it was absolutely 3 hours. It can't any longer.
So when he basically, and what's really brilliant here, and you were bringing this up, Liam, that like his sort of detective work was the most basic, simple crap that really anyone could do. We probably don't know how to hack into our loved ones' phones. At least I don't. I can't speak to
speak for yourself.
Yeah.
But right, he did really simple stuff that he sort of was able to, like, hey, YouTube, where was this filmed? Oh, Chicago. There you go. Right. But the timeline was something, as I was watching this, I was like, wait a minute. So he basically has a meeting with all the heads of the 5 families, and he sort of says, they're all bunching up. And there's a great line where he's like, they're more dangerous when they're in groups, because no one else would think of that. Like, everyone else is like, oh, when they're in groups, that's when they're weakest. It's like, his ideas were always like the simplest, easiest things. But then they basically say, well, the whole world is listening to his advice, and they're sending their fighter pilots, everyone, to where the machines are right now. Which, again, the idea that weren't they going to do that anyway? Possibly. But the idea that this all happened, and it looks like it took minutes for everything to happen. So the idea of this timeline, I was losing my mind over, because it was his advice that got everyone thinking, well, maybe we should send all our artillery to where they are bunched up. That's in essence what his meeting was about.
How about,
no one thought of until he brought it up.
I'm sorry. How about the fact that he has to ask special permission to access a level 5 drone, but also the president of the United States is holding off this security meeting until he can get off the phone with his daughter and join it.
Right.
There are a lot of moments where he's making choices in terms of checking on one or both of his kids rather than, dealing with national security.
Or saving 1 billion people.
It's shocking that he ascended to the position that he holds at the start of this film, and is offered a much higher one at the end. Spoiler alert. Eric, one of the things that I always appreciate is the amount of homework that you do when we're talking about something that we watched. So I would like to, if I may, bring our visual audience, but we'll describe it for everybody gathered around the Victrola for a fireside chat. And by the way, one thing that makes me nervous is that Dave Sarah's in the chat, but great to see you, Dave.
You cannot get high on cocaine through the internet.
I don't know. Eric would say otherwise. Yeah. So, I do remember this image that we have. He's got this program where he does, basically like a threat assessment. This is when he's stalking his daughter and, just sort of checking out everything that's going on. He's got information and unclear of the threat analysis of his daughter. Is that correct, Eric?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's female. It's clearly saying, it's low key, basically anti-feminist.
Well, it's only a matter of moments before she be shopping, is what you're trying to say. Yes, I understand.
Well, wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go, Liam.
No, you go. You go.
I was
saying the danger of gaining 5 pounds eating that muffin.
That's right.
That's what he's yelling at her.
Have some eggs. Have some protein.
That was one of the strangest things when he's like looking at her fridge and and chastising her for what's not in it.
I gotta say, for a pregnant lady, her fridge was actually pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, because there was hardly anything in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that baby's not making it. We all agree.
There should have been like pickles that are like stirred in with the peanut butter, possibly a nice big bowl of Jell-O with some onions in it. I mean, there's really a lot of things that were missing. There's could have been some fun attention to detail there. But Eric, give us your assessment of the threat assessment.
Right. Well, so most of this is not threat. So apparently he, in his coding language, so Georgetown University, so it lists undergrad or grad school, biomedical research major, and then Mark Goodman, baby daddy. So not listed as next of kin or anything official or formal, but rather because it's Ice Cube coding, the language is going to be a little more street.
By the way, also one of the original MTV VJs, Mark Goodman.
Right. In fact, as soon as I saw Mark Goodman, I sent the photo. I believe the next photo up.
Oh, did I blow your joke? I'm sorry. No, it's not.
Oh, no, it wasn't there. No. I sent a photo, I thought, of Mark Goodman.
Well,
yeah.
All right.
I'll have to
look past. I'll have to look for it.
Yes, original VJ Mark Goodman, who would have been a much stronger choice for a mate and a baby daddy, as it's known, than this dude who drove for Amazon. Although he was a very good drone pilot, so he's got a good future in filming or assassinations.
Amazon delivery.
You know what it is that your Mark Goodman picture isn't presented in the appropriate way. For where all the other pictures are. So now I do see it. No, it's all right. Look, you and if you had a picture where he was with JJ Jackson, possibly also Martha Quinn from the dramatic primetime series The Brady's, but I believe this is what you were looking for.
Yeah,
he also could have won a Baba Booey contest. Him and John Oates.
Or you could have put together a picture of Mark Goodman, Julie Brown, and Julie Brown.
Oh, I was a fan of both Julie Browns. Because I did believe that everybody should run because the homecoming queen has a gun.
And also, Earth Girls are easy.
Yes, this could also be camera testing for the film Soul Man, which I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that. Are we allowed to talk about the film Soul Man?
We'll come back.
We'll get back to it. It's just one of the guys. So we did, deliver our knowledge of original MTV VJs. By the way, Alan Hunter and Nina Blackwood. I figure since I had said all of them, I should get the last couple in there, just as the saddest flex that one could make.
Well, I remember the scandal when it turned out Kennedy was a young conservative because she was so indie, alt, and hot.
I think this came up when we did an episode about the latest Mission Impossible. But when the first Mission Impossible premiered, there was an MTV special, and Kennedy was talking to Martin Landau, and she didn't know that he had been on the TV series. So at one point, he comes back and says, "No, I can't believe that they had you working here and you didn't know." And she's like, "Oh, Martin, go away."
Oh yeah, he did not take it gracefully.
Yeah. And by the way, that's from almost 30 years ago, and yet it stays with me.
That's Academy Award winner Martin Landau to you, sir.
What did he win an Academy Award
for? Lugosi.
Oh, Karloff.
You must be double-jointed and Hungarian.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get our focus back on what we should be talking about, and it's the fact that he's coming for his daughter, which is a little bit out of context, Eric.
No, completely in context.
But you know who would appreciate a joke like that? Our buddy Dave Sarah.
Of course. Yeah. That looks more like a still from a Whitney Houston video.
Well, not so much a Whitney Houston video, but the coroner's office after Whitney.
Come on.
What? It's Bobby Brown's fault. We all know it's Bobby Brown's fault. Okay, that she went down the path that led to that. Not that
I was just listening.
Crack is whack, Christian. You know that.
And by the way, all Bobby Brown did was he was just humping around. What were you going to say? What's your prerogative, Liam?
I was listening to Whitney Houston last night, and I was like, motherfucking Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
I really was thinking about that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, right, Dave? You know what I'm saying. Come on, buddy.
I did have another picture, but I think maybe it's the same fate as Mark Goodman on my attempts to inject because it failed. Technology left me behind.
All right, I think we're gonna have to start using a Dropbox if these pictures don't format the way you want them to. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
I don't either.
Oh yeah,
video killing the podcast star.
All right.
The worst thing that happened in the War of the Worlds since it was greenlit.
Well, no, I don't know about
since
that.
The War of the Worlds didn't make it out of the United States northeastern region.
No,
yeah. I mean,
it's about Canada.
I mean, that's kind of the concept of 28 Days Later was like, yeah, it was really just England, so nobody cared. All right, so this is what you wanted to make sure we got to, Eric.
No, I don't know anymore.
Oh, Lordy, this is the big one. I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth. This is it. By the way, Red Fox, during maybe it's when Sanford and Son premiered, was 45 years old.
Really?
I believe I might be rounding down a little bit, but
you might be. Yeah. There's no way.
All right. Well,
although I do walk like that now.
Yeah, about to say.
Every moment
I clutched my chest almost as much as he did.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, he nailed the bad back walk like nobody else in television has ever done.
Yeah, that's true. No, so he was born in 1922, so he would have been like 55, but still. That's shocking that he was only 55 because I could have sworn he was 105.
Go
ahead.
Thinking Ice Cube in a Sanford and Son remake would actually not be bad.
I would absolutely watch that. Yeah. I have enjoyed Ice Cube in other things.
I enjoyed Ice Cube in this movie.
I can't go that far.
I'm not saying he did a good job. I'm not saying he ever did a second take. I'm just saying there's something fun about watching Ice Cube fucking make his way through a lot of the sentences he had to say.
Okay, I guess that is one way to put it. I mean, look, nobody Ice Cube's quite like Ice Cube.
I went to see. My friend used to work for the DGA when I lived in New York, and we went to see a Steven Seagal movie because the DP had been promoted to director because Steven Seagal essentially fired the director. The only person in Hollywood that would work with him was the DP. So then we saw outtakes of Steven Seagal running and like rolling across the floor to do a halfway stunt. And it reminded me a lot of those scenes of Ice Cube running down the halls after sitting on his ass for 65 minutes.
It was a long time before. I mean, he stood up once or twice.
Well, he ran down a flight of stairs early in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
But there was also a lot of shots where it was clearly not him running, even though it didn't look like much of a stunt. But it was like they filmed it, and it was like his hand is like it was Bela Lugosi basically after he died, when they had like a 7 foot tall body double for him.
I think it's more like they realized they didn't get a couple shots, and they called Ice Cube's agent. He was like, "Oh hell no!"
I do want to talk about the idea that that the aliens are eating the chips. What's that? They want to eat the chips. What's that? So what you isolated this this memory card that some of us save our podcasts to, and I believe I have my honeymoon pictures on one of these somewhere from 2009. But this idea that they eat the data is well, it's a little derivative of my buddy Johnny Five in Short Circuit, because he did need info. But what are your thoughts on this? And tell our visual audience why we're looking at this right now, Eric.
Well, so it turns out the large what they call them, the tripod. They had a fancy name for him in the Spielberg one. They basically are just there as a delivery system for a bunch of, in essence, nano spiders.
Correct.
So the nano spiders are the real problem, but somehow because Eva Longoria is so beautiful, they became her friend, and they're like, my new pets. And
she really did become her friend. Yes,
and I could get that because I want to be her friend. But this that notion, these large things are just delivering these tiny little things. I enjoyed that thoroughly, and I wanted to see more of these guys. And I was sad that they didn't really go deep down this well. They rather showed it one time, they eat data, and then we just go back to the big robots. So my hope is the inevitable sequel, which I've started writing last night.
Yes.
And I finished writing this morning. I will only be little ones, no bigs, just the littles.
Liam, are you on board to pitch the spin-off sequel about these mite characters, these ear mites?
Dude, there's a movie starring Ray Walston and Jessica Tandy that is that movie. And it's just about these aliens who come and fix up a neighborhood for no good reason.
Batteries not included, right?
Not included. So you just pitched batteries not included, Eric.
When you mentioned Ray Walston, you should always denote my favorite Martian. I think it's important.
And Hume Cronyn, I think, is in that too. Another fantastic.
Yeah,
who was also 45 when that movie was.
I might be mixing up Hume Cronyn and just to be fair, I may be mixing them up.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. There's so much like fear around these things. It's like, oh my god, get away! They're gonna eat your data.
Yeah.
If these things found one of my flash drives with my student work on it, they would get infinitely dumber. I can't imagine like them just eating the. First of all, how do you eat data out of a fucking SIM card? Like it needs to be plugged into something, and like even then, my computer, which is allegedly top of the line, won't always recognize it. So how are these things just fucking able to just suck all the data out of it and leave none left?
Well, Eric, would you like to demonstrate how you're able to eat data?
Let's see. Do I have any data? I can drink data. I can't eat it.
But my point is just a
delicious.
Nice mug, by the way.
Oh yes, that's right. Fight on, brother.
Right on. Fight on. Fight on. Oh, sorry, Christian. You want to go get your wife?
No, you said wife.
That's the last thing I want to do. What? What happened? What are we talking about?
This thing on.
But it's like these aliens were able to knock out our satellites, except the ones that everybody was using to call everybody.
Right.
But also they were able to navigate their way to Earth, break into the Goliath system, whatever. I still don't know what that is, but they don't know how to copy without deleting.
I was hoping that the SD card, there would be a moment where they had to safely remove it, and they didn't safely remove it, and that would be what took them out. Was just pulling the card out without a safe remove. Which would have made more sense.
300 years of work down the drain.
Right.
Well, yeah, had a good
Imagine
run.
them having to go to the Genius Bar to get all the DoD data back. Is there any sensitive pictures before I look at your mainframe?
Well, I think it was something that we all knew was coming because as a young boy, I knew that Goliath would destroy us all. And I'm surprised it took this long.
Oh my God. Was one of the characters named David?
Yes, that young boy is Davy.
Davy and Goliath.
Davy and Goliath, and Eric Connor, like any good Jew, Eric Connor knows this
Or Mormon.
Christian propaganda that was Davy and
it's
Goliath, which was if you liked Saturday morning cartoons, boy, were you ready for Sunday morning, because this is what you got.
Well,
Davy, do you think it's God?
Oh, geez, Goliath, I don't know.
It was kind of a lot of that, actually.
Why did the minister have you in his office for 40 minutes alone, Davy?
I would answer, but my throat still hurts.
I feel like I need to take that off the screen now. Look, I don't want to be process servered.
I had a different Goliath in mind too, which again, because
did you send it to me?
Fuck!
Jesus Christ!
I turned them all into JPEGs. I did my work. I'm telling you, it's those damn nanobots. They're fucking my shit up.
That might actually be what the problem was. Yes,
Michael, I was Michael Knight. Or actually, evil Michael Knight with the goatee.
Okay, no,
Goliath.
I think I saw that one. It's just out of order. So you're talking about this is Goliath was the evil Kit, or no? It's the truck.
No, Car was evil Kit.
That's right. Thank you.
Goliath was like the sort of Andre the Giant to the Hulk Hogan, basically. And was this the Hoff playing dual roles, except in this one he has pubes on his face? Yes, and a reaction of smelling said pubes in his mouth. Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw the South Park when there was evil Cartman, which turned out to be nice Cartman, and he had the same goatee. Well, I mean, that kind of it goes back to Star Trek, where goatee equals bad. So
no, they're on the record as saying that's evil Spock.
Yes. Oh, right. So you had an actual
on the record. I watched an interview with Trey and Matt.
You had an actual image of Goliath, which has the closed captioning of Ice Cube's character saying "Goliath." Damn. So, before we started, Liam invoked the most famous line from the cinematic treasure that is Snakes on a Plane. I would say Snakes on a Plane was so much more entertaining than this. And yes, I saw Snakes on a Plane in a theater because I felt like I had to. I wanted to save cinema. And honestly, I felt like that had a better chance than Tenet, but that's probably not the conversation to have right now. But what are your thoughts on Goliath and how well it was explained to us, Eric? Most of the information being blacked out, even to this guy who has seemingly the highest of security clearances. There was another moment that I tried to find for a screen grab, and I just ran out of time. But it was basically they're at a conference where Goliath is written very large on the wall, like it's Goliath Con, basically. So it's a top secret thing that they had a convention for. Well, and by the way, you know how you know it was a convention? They had Davy's couch cushions there, and you could take a look at them. Sometimes the jokes are just for us, right, guys? You know.
They also had someone dressed as Thor and Iron Man there,
fighting Goliath, an evil Michael Knight. It basically, the notion is they've been doing this forever, and so in essence, the aliens have continually tried to come and find us because of this.
Yes.
So this whole scene is maybe the most batshit crazy part of it all.
Which, by the way, is one of the plot points of the new Fantastic Four. Is that by Reed Richards messing around and what led to them becoming the Fantastic Four? Galactus was like, oh, wait a minute. There's a delicious looking planet over there. Thank you for making sure that I was aware of it. So what I'm saying is that Fantastic Four is a ripoff of 2025 War of the Worlds. I think everybody will get behind me in that. By the way, it's very disingenuous to call it 2025 War of the Worlds just because it was released. And it really is 2021 War of the Worlds. What were you going to say, Liam?
I think also this might have been the montage where there's clearly a DOD. There's like a DOD, like kind of like we're introducing you to the concept of Goliath video. That was clearly just what do you call it? Not clip art, but what do you call it?
Like stock footage.
Stock footage, because they had to blur out people's faces.
Yes, they had Fox News footage at one point, and there were some other times. That was the Fox News footage was the first time where I'm like, wait, why are they blurring that out? This aired on television, but yeah, they didn't clear the footage they had. But when you're doing this, found footage desktop style, you can kind of get away with it, right?
And you only have 4 years between shooting and release, so you got to rush it out.
That's the weird part. What you just hit, Liam, is like, why now? Like, why didn't they release this? I don't know, 2 years ago. And if since it was 4 years, I mean, the effects in this are like sub Sci-Fi Channel level effects, like Sharknado level effects, basically.
Well, first of all, it really enhanced the feeling that you're watching the Asylum's version of Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds,
which they've done. There's been like 25 different War of the Worlds type movies done by Asylum. That's already out there.
But I think the confusing part here. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
I was going to say what happened was clearly Amazon put a lot of the budget up, and I say clearly because there's an Amazon product once every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So very, very clearly, this is an Amazon movie. And at some point, Amazon was just forced to say, fuck it. We'll pick it up for streaming. We'll write off our losses on taxes, and we'll just put it up on streaming because we need to keep pumping content into streaming, and we don't have anything anybody's watching. They're putting out all these like big name, big budget films, and what people want to watch is War of the World.
Look, if War of the Worlds had come along during the actual pandemic, I think that we would have had a different shared experience with it. It's how much worse is it than, say, Bird Box or Tiger King? But when you want to talk about low level effects, you're talking Sharknado. I felt like it was time to invoke a film that was referenced on a previous episode of, I don't know, one of these dumb shows that I do. My friend Christina, who has a podcast called The Wisecracking Blonde, made me aware of the Velocipaster, a man of the claw. Eric, have you seen Velocipaster?
My younger son told me about the existence of this film and asked me why I hadn't seen it yet. It was one.
Have you still not seen it?
I still have not. So
okay.
this
I think
is
we might have to cancel our plans to go see UHF, and instead we'll see the Velocipaster that night.
Maybe we should watch it like on our Apple Watches while we drive down to UHF. That seems like the real way to watch it.
Wait, where are you seeing UHF?
At the Arrow? Is that that theater? Yeah,
American Cinema is doing some kind of thing.
Who's presenting it?
I think
Victoria Jackson. No, that's actually not.
That would be pretty great. Actually, I would maybe pay money to see that.
I met her once. Would you care to hear about it?
No. If Michael Richards is there, do not heckle him. He has a very bad comeback to heckling.
That's his default one he does for everyone, even if it's just Christian and I.
You are an N-word. He doesn't say N-word.
Yeah, but then one of your friends is going to be upset, Liam, that Michael Richards stole his act. But I almost said who I was talking about, but I'm like, he doesn't need that smoke. He doesn't need that today. So they will be in much stronger groups. Is one of the images
by Stuttering John now?
No, your friends aren't getting sued by Stuttering John. Well, just my friends.
Your racist friends are.
Yeah. There's a lot of different racist friends.
Don't act like there's one racist group in the Dabbleverse.
Well, no,
there is one. It's called the Dabbleverse.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and there's the Backyard Boys. I mean, if you have to isolate one,
we're gonna rank them.
We kind of need to.
BYB, Anthony Cumia.
Look, are you proud of being racist? Is it in the name?
Did I have to tell one of the hosts of Clowntown that he can't say the N-word when I'm on screen with him anymore? Oh. Maybe, yes.
How about when it's just you calling in and not on screen?
You could just do what TV's Adam Bush does when something that he doesn't want to be tied to, he just turns off his camera. He just that's what I've seen him do. Yes.
Is that what he does? Is that what he did during all his concerts with Danny Masterson? Like, hey, Danny, what are you doing after the show? I got to turn my camera off.
My kids went to preschool with the kids of people who went out of their way to defend Danny Masterson and wrote a letter about it, and it apparently wasn't well received.
Nah, there's some hill.
What was well received was 2025's War of the Worlds with Ice Cube, because I guess Rampage Jackson was busy. What are some of the other images that we want to make sure we share with our visual medium and, of course, our audio audience?
What this is the aforementioned, and they will be much stronger in groups. So this is when Ice Cube basically tells everyone who runs the U.S. government exactly what we all already know. And you assume they would have known too, and yet somehow it took Ice Cube saying this is happening for them to realize, oh shit, maybe this is serious. And then next thing you know, within minutes, the military from around the world goes to intercept these things. Of the many bizarre moments in this film, oddly enough, this one's not the most interesting. It's not the funniest, but it is the laziest and the strangest part of this whole film. And then, speaking of lazy, these effects of the Capitol being attacked again. Actually probably like a few weeks later, right? It was when this happened for real, or a few.
No, if you look closely, I think you can see Chrissy Mayer there. I'm pretty sure you can actually see her there. So
she's piloting one of the robots here.
No, she actually went, but she was outside the Capitol.
I see.
She put out an album. I think it was called Live from January 6th.
How about I had a serious reporter email me to ask if I knew about that and if I could provide them with any other names of comics who went. For a real newspaper, not the Post.
So did you dead name everyone? Just say, oh yeah, Gilbert Gottfried.
No, there was one guy who went on a bunch of podcasts to brag about going into the Capitol.
I've just got some ideas for people that, I'm not saying anything. I'm just sort of, wondering about it. Yeah. So, what this whole experience
Wait a second. You're going to wrap this up?
No. I just have I have one point.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back. What it all reminded me of was how shockingly good the television miniseries V from 1983 was. The microscopic budget and just the incredible writing and, of course, directing from my friend Kenneth Johnson, whom I've interviewed, and it told such a better story than really any War of the Worlds from the 21st century. I mean, that Tom Cruise one is horrific.
Didn't we also have Victoria Principal? Am I wrong about that?
In V?
It
was some soap opera actress like that.
Yeah, it wasn't her, but I know the character you mean. But we also, I mean, look, all that really matters is that we had the Beastmaster Mark Singer. I think that's what's actually important.
This woman gave birth to an alien. It was
no. That's much later. That's the
final battle.
That's the final battle, which Mr. Johnson took his name off of and has no part in. Yes, so
well, I'll tell you what. In my junior high school, it was quite a story. People enjoyed that.
The actress you're thinking of, her name was Blair Tefkin, and she replaced the actress who was supposed to be the one who dated the alien, but she was murdered by her boyfriend during shooting. But Blair Tefkin, the replacement actress,
that is pretty funny,
dated Dennis Miller. So you see, there's so many things that
cha.
Yeah,
I knew it would come back.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm going to tell it, look, you didn't let me tell my Victoria Jackson story, so
I do want to hear. I'm sorry, I thought you were kidding.
No, it was the Saturday Night Live 25th anniversary, and I was an NBC page, and I was escorting people up. And I mean, of course, I remembered who she was, and she didn't talk about her politics back in the year 1999. So nobody had any thoughts one way or the other about her, but it used to be fun to watch her do the handstands. And then there was the fake commercial for if you are born with like too many fingers, how to make them fall off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she told me she was really nervous and she felt like she was going to throw up. And before we even got in the elevator, she kind of lingered over a trash can. And then she's like, okay, I think I'm going to be all right. And I just thought it was very nice. It was very humanizing. Next time we all get together, I'll tell you about my interaction with Mary Gross from the 80s cast.
That really took her off that pedestal we all had her on.
I think it did. It really did. She's just like us. She throws up.
Victoria, I enjoyed seeing your ass in casual sex. Thank you for that. I jerked off a lot to it.
I don't know what Tommy the Cat's picture is there. I was just like, I can't.
Liam. What the picture?
No, it says Liam. Yeah. That's why I took it off the screen because I'm like, wait a minute. It says Liam's brother.
I would be honored to be Liam's brother. By the way, I would be thrilled. This is only a compliment, Mr.
Yes.
Cat.
No, exactly.
Mr. The Cat.
Yeah. Well, it's not a Liam podcast till you have to navigate saying the name of the guy who goes by Chrissy's Down syndrome baby.
Oh no. We don't have that yet. I don't see them. Are they here?
Wait,
I don't know.
Does the baby have Down syndrome?
No.
Okay.
But Kevin Brennan was wishing that on her at one point.
Well, I mean, Brennan's going to Brennan. That makes sense. It's fine. Primary order shipped.
I just got this update from the movie that her order has shipped. So let's talk about Ice Cube's about face. He figures out who his son is, and
can I just point out?
Yeah,
he watches his entire son's cohort get brutally murdered by aliens. Neither he nor his son feel anything about that.
Why would they?
It's just straight on to, like, his son's best friends get murdered on screen.
Yeah, it's okay.
One by one by aliens.
Those dudes were D-bags.
Snitches get bitches. Bitches get snitches.
God damn it. God damn it. It's like doing a show with Chip Chipperson. Yes. So that Tommy the Cat says it's a cat and pillows picture that fake bot accounts use. It just didn't look like pillows. It looked like it looked like a young lady's posterior. So and
those aren't pillows.
All right. So talk about one of you try to explain to me the amount of time it takes from Ice Cube to realize who his son is to partnering up with his son. Is it 5 minutes? Because it felt that way. It might be a little longer, but I think it's about 5 minutes. What do you gents think?
Oh, yeah, no, it was a very quick about face. I think he was upset. I think he said, damn, goddamn, and back to damn. And then, all right, let's get to it.
How about he immediately joins the resistance, then puts his boss on blast, guaranteeing that he would get immediately kicked off of the server.
True.
But in case that's an issue with the plot that needs to be resolved in some way that's exciting or interesting, his son just immediately gives him access again. And because nobody else is working at the DHS, apparently, nobody thinks to take him out of the, take his access away.
Yeah. Yeah, no. They don't change the passwords or, just
least thrilling sequence ever.
I mean, there are several times that you can say that, but there was some action, and Eric made sure to capture the fact that, his character's name is William, which I didn't remember until right now because we keep calling him Ice Cube. There is the moment where he says, "Move, bitch, get out the way,"
and then Dave goes, "Yes."
Right, and that harkens back, of course, to his famous line in Anaconda when he called the snake also a bitch, which I think this is a reference to Anaconda. I don't think anyone else thinks that, but I think that, and I'm going to live with that.
Well, what people know about Eric Connor is that his Anaconda don't want none if you ain't got buns, hun. So I think that is probably relevant.
It's also a song. Move, bitch.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so then now this one, your meme came through.
Very famous song lyric.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to take umbrage with that, Liam. I came up with that turn of phrase all on my own. So,
by the way, that line was so clearly delivered in ADR, like over the phone, like as a favor. Maybe Ice Cube called in to do that over the phone to cover whatever was happening.
This, by the way, I'm sorry for cutting you off there, Liam.
No, I'm done. I'm done forever.
This is the poster.
That's the poster?
That's one of because I've seen that pop up in a few places.
Really?
Yeah. So that's one of the posters they use. Not maybe the main one they put on the Amazon homepage, but
no, because the one that
he's Ice Cube's in that.
This
right.
Is the poster. Like this is the official poster.
But I've seen that image of War of the Worlds in a few different sites.
Okay.
Which and it specifically said 2025 on it or something like that. But yeah, apparently this was like I looked at this, I'm like, oh, that must be AI or someone made. No, I think that's that's part of their EPK. I think they actually shared this image.
Liam, how in the hell did neither you nor I get the EPK for this?
I might have it. Actually.
Okay. You better have
it. I do not. I can get you weapons though. Or Tyler Perry's Duplicity. But weirdly, War of the Worlds is not.
This is a lot of I just stopped myself from making a joke that somebody would have liked because you mentioned Tyler Perry. But Eric, what in the hell is this chart?
This was the breakdown of the IMDb ratings.
Okay.
So Metacritic, by the way, I've never seen a score as low in Metacritic. It was a 3. Mind you, that's out of 100. Similar to Rotten Tomatoes. But here. 50% of the audience gave it a 1, and then the people I really want to hang out with, the 4.5 who gave this thing a 10. We have to find them and maybe get them help.
Don't worry, we're not necessarily wrapping up yet, but Eric, are we going to be Razzie's Academy voters again next year?
Because I think we need to be.
I think because of this film. Right. I was thinking about how 2024 was a glorious year for just truly awful cinema, and that 2025 was really not pulling its weight. Nope. And then this came along, and go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like there's nowhere to go but down. I feel like we're going to get much worse films as the months go by. I was practically done, so it was fine, Liam. Go ahead.
Since I'm wearing a Cardiff Electric shirt, let's play a game.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hey.
How much money do you think this movie made in the international box office? Keep in
Lastly,
mind, they watch any kind of crap America churns out that falls under the action or science fiction category.
sure.
And your choices are one, $15,000, B, $733, next, $87,053, or finally $575.
Well, I believe that needs to be referred to as lastly. But
I'm sorry,
yes.
lastly, I apologize.
And occasionally he will give us lastly too. But there was one that was $733, right?
Yeah.
I would like to take that one.
What about you, Eric?
I'm gonna go. It probably was on a handful of screens, so it makes me think maybe that was it like $2,000.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna guess two.
Well, you're both wrong. It's $575. It's the international box office total.
What?
$575.
$575.
Wow.
It's in limited release in the international box office.
Exceedingly limited.
It is in release. Go to the numbers.
Is it Box Office Mojo?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Yeah, the numbers.com.
Okay, that's fantastic. As we all click there. Now we're reenacting War of the Worlds. We're all just staring at our screen and typing. Seriously.
God damn. Yeah. Well, I'll let you.
Oh.
The tomato meter screen grab I just saw gave it a 4% fresh rating.
Oh, so things are looking up, is what you're trying to say.
I think they're counting this show that's going on right now.
Yeah, that's fairly true. Liam, what are some of the key points that people need to understand about this movie? I do believe it is worth someone's 90 minutes to watch this, just because there's so many things, so many lessons that could be learned from this film. But what are some key points that perhaps we've yet to make on here?
I genuinely think it's both a worse movie than the last Venom movie and a more watchable movie. And it's the 90-minute length. And I will also say, basically the person that was in charge of Amazon Studios got fired this past year.
Oh.
And their job got split into two, TV and film. And I'm not saying that movies like War of the Worlds and what was it, Prime Ministers was the one with The Rock and Kevin Hart, maybe. There's a bunch of Amazon movies that have been coming out that are no good. And I really think this is the best of them. Like, I really do. Like, if you have a kid, by the way, and you're one of those parents that just sits them down in front of any fucking thing that's playing on a screen in front of them, this is not a bad movie to like have your kid watching while you're killing time until they become an adult and can move out of your house.
By the way,
this is the kind of movie I would have watched with my dad. All jokes aside, this is the kind of movie like you can sit with someone you like, friends, and like make fun of as it goes on, and there's no surprises to like, cause heart problems.
While I can't immediately come up with it, I have watched worse movies with my parents than this. But what I would say is, based on something you said, Liam, based on the runtime almost exclusively, I would say this is a more watchable movie than Matt Reeves' The Batman, the film that went 3 hours and 1 minute and has a fourth act. And I know I beat that drum a lot, Eric, but it's shocking that they decided to rewrite screenwriting and add an extra act to their movie when we all thought it was over, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it kept going.
Yeah, so
The Penguin was a very good series.
I did like the Penguin series, yes.
I also say Matt Reeves, fellow Trojan.
Oh, well.
Oh, wait, you're not a Trojan. Sorry.
No.
You want to call your wife in, and then she can't do it.
No. My parents still have the $500,000 that they would have had to spend to send me there. So yeah, it's fine. Actually,
I was an exceptional student, didn't have to pay that. Anyway.
Oh, Liam, we know you're just funning us because you're not an exceptional anything, but we appreciate it.
Exceptional a-hole.
Although you did do a really good Cardiff Electric game a moment ago.
That was fantastic.
Brody Stevens used to say, Liam McEnany, a number one a-hole.
What does Brody Stevens say now? So, Eric Connor, any other final thoughts that you want to bring in?
Oh, God, on that dark note. I'm trying to find out how much this movie costs to make, and the numbers I'm seeing listed are the wild range.
Is it $574?
Yeah, that's right. How many? It actually broke even in international to the penny. It is. I'm just so fascinated. I'm so glad this movie is out there right now.
Yes,
because I think, to your point, if we watched this in 2021. It would have been kind of like, well, yeah, a lot of things are kind of looking like this right now. Fair. The idea that 4 years later, like, okay, now's the time. Now we're going to strike when the iron's really hot. So let's release this in 2025. Ice Cube, I'm so curious who the 700 people they considered before they went to Ice Cube with this. Because he is the last guy who should be doing this role. He's a good performer. I love him.
Do you think that they just went alphabetically and that the next one they were going to go to was Ice-T?
Or Isaac Hayes? Yeah, they basically were... I mean, he is not the guy that you put in a chair, right? That's not his scope. Like, there are actors who can make staring at a screen interesting. I would say John Cho did that in Searching. But this is not the guy to do that. This is the guy who should be punching out, anacondas and calling them bitch.
So mentioning Josh Gad on the phone going like, I'm enjoying not working, but thank you.
So you're saying nobody puts Baby in a corner and also nobody puts Ice Cube in a chair. Is that what my takeaway should be?
I mean, I think you could put that tattoo on your chest and your tramp stamp lower back as well. Very much so.
It's a little crowded. I have that Cardiff Electric logo on my tramp stamp area. So
this movie definitely fucked him with no Vaseline.
Raw dog and dry.
Well, she don't use jelly, from what I understand. But I'm just excited for more people to see this, and just like I was excited for people to see Megalopolis, except almost no one actually went to see it. I really wanted people to see that movie. I felt like it was similar to this. It's only a year ago. It's actually less than a year ago that we had what I thought was the most important bad movie of our lifetime. And now we have this. I mean, it's a great time to be alive, boys. And I can only imagine what 2026 has in store for us.
Oh, the sequel is going to be fantastic.
As someone who's like starting to put a project together, it actually gives me a lot of hope.
That this happened. You're like, all right. I mean, I can at least make this.
That Ice Cube read the script and he was like, "Yeah, I star in hit movies, and I'll also star in this movie."
Yes, I will. Yeah, I do believe that one of the people who said no to this was actually Troy McClure. I think he felt like he wasn't going to do this. I don't know. I hope that we've convinced at least someone to watch this over the last hour plus.
You mentioned Megalopolis, and one thing I'll say is this movie is not boring at all. Like War of the Worlds, it is a fast watch. Megalopolis is a hard watch. It was a chore to get through that film.
I believe the word for that is it's a slog. Megalopolis was absolutely a slog, and there are so many bad character choices. I still don't know what Aubrey Plaza was doing in that movie. I do, but I don't.
Well, when a man
I know that Christian won't remember this, but I was actually on this show for the Megalopolis episode. So for my thoughts on that movie, you can just go right to that.
Yeah, I do remember now. I think there was a time that I forgot, but you reminded me. Yeah.
Can I just recommend a movie to your audience that they might want to check out?
I don't know. I don't know if we do that on this show, but sure, let's go ahead.
It's just a movie my friend stumbled across, and we watched it the other day. It's on HBO Max. It's done by the same team that did the Captain Marvel, and it's called Freaky Tales, and it stars Pedro Pascal. Tom Hanks is in it. I've never heard of this movie before, and it's just like a pretty decent horror anthology series.
If you had said Chet Hanks, I would have definitely watched it. But
It's not like a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but it's just a movie that I would say, if your audience doesn't want to watch War of the Worlds, and they do have streaming or Velocipastor, well, that's a movie I passed on 3 times watching. So,
well, I think Velocipastor is probably it. No. So what is it? What is the name of the film that you
it's
said?
called Freaky Tales. It's a terrible, terrible title.
That's not a great title. Yeah.
No.
Makes it sound like a fucking Tales from the Dark Side movie.
Which, by the way, I like Tales from the Dark Side and Creep Show and Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
And Tales from the Crypt 2, Bordello of Blood.
So this movie,
Dennis Miller.
I will say I watched Bordello of Blood.
I watched it in the theater. How about that? I didn't even work for him yet, and I paid money to see it.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
I think
here's a check back, Christian.
I think I was busy that week, unfortunately.
That's bad.
But yeah, so Freaky Tales, just not great. Ends with a bad Tarantino homage, but other than that, pretty interesting movie.
Wait, just shot his feet.
You got it out faster than I could, so you win this round. And I think in our previous episode with a totally different cast of characters except for me, I recommended that people check out The Naked Gun, which I saw with Liam, and
yes,
one of our comments was that our faces hurt from laughing so much.
I actually was laughing so much I got bored in Act 3. And I was like, oh, no wonder comedies slow down at this point.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of laughing. I was like really bored with laughing so much.
And Eric, have you had the chance to see it yet?
Naked Gun, yeah. It's great.
Yeah. It's tremendous, and it keeps the legacy alive of OJ. No. I don't know. I think it's not easy to do that well, that style. And
just watch any scary movie.
Well, when we were talking about it,
1 in 3 I'll defend. The rest of them I can't.
My friend mentioned that, like, that Rashida Jones series, Angie Tribeca, the first season was really funny, and then they came back for another season, and you're like, wait, what? What happened? Like, so like it had that sort of style. It was Police Squad, a show that I'm a huge fan of from my youth called Sledgehammer, where David Rasche talked to his gun, and
the show where they thought they were canceled, so they just ended the first season with an atom bomb explosion.
Yeah, with literally everyone died in the city, and then when they came back the next year, they're like, this episode happens 5 years before that.
Dude,
so they were
should have been a much bigger star. That's all.
He was great. Yeah. He played the president on David Alan Grier's show, where he was a Secret Service agent. The show was called DAG, which is apparently the nickname for David Alan Grier.
Yes.
But yes, he's somebody that I feel like should have gotten a lot more work.
I thought you were talking about the Secret Files of Desmond Pfeiffer. I apologize.
We often talk about that.
By the way, it was the diary of Desmond Pfeiffer.
The secret diary.
With a secret diary. That, believe it or not, Liam, that came up in our previous episode because we were covering the 25th anniversary of the Clerks animated series, and there was a ridiculous running joke that in that iteration, the characters of Dante and Randall, their favorite television show, was on UPN. It was The Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer, starring Shy McBride as Desmond Pfeiffer and Dan Florek from Law and Order as Abe Lincoln.
And now I'm going to drop a name that nobody drops.
Ooh.
Which is my buddy who I just told you came across this movie.
Yeah.
I was at his house one day, and I was like, "Oh shit, you have a Homeboys in Outer Space jacket."
Whoa.
And he's like, "Yo, you know Homeboys from Outer Space?" And I just start going through the entire series because, of course, Chill McBride, Daryl Chill Mitchell, that's it.
Yeah.
And the other guy, I went through the entire thing, and he's like, "Well, my dad created that series." And so it turns out this like very nice older fellow who like I watched Die Hard with every Christmas created Homeboys in Outer Space.
So, are you planning on interviewing him for your channel sometime soon?
I have to restart my channel, and I absolutely want to interview this guy because
Yeah.
he has had a very interesting career, including lecturing at a certain very prestigious film school that not all of us went to.
NYU, where
No, I
only
said,
the greatest filmmakers come from.
up to 1993, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, it's really stopped at that moment. Yeah. I don't know how to really chase it.
It kind of stops that she's got to have it.
Yeah.
Did you go to NYU?
Who did?
You.
No, I went to Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York.
He once bought weed right nearby there, though.
Okay, once.
But
That's like saying that I've shit in the McDonald's on West 4th Street once. Okay, yeah, once.
Near is an inn, Christian.
Well, it was the steps on the way down because they wouldn't unlock the door for me. But anywho, boy, we had fun tonight, didn't we? I don't know if we
had
solved
Seasons in the Sun, I believe.
We had joy, we had fun, and by the way, I want to just share that this was a comment from Dave Sarah at 10:33, and then what I'm about to show you was a comment from Dave Sarah at 10:46. So 10:33, 10:46. Anyway, that's going to be great for our audio audience.
I want to point out to you guys, I have until the 31st to claim my free birthday giant popcorn and soda from AMC.
Oh,
so we have to go. Have you seen Weapons? Did you end up seeing Weapons the other
No, I was going to go that night, but yeah, and a friend of my son's is a child actor. He's in that film, and I think he's the main kid. So I feel like I kind of have to see it so that I can, talk to the parents about like, yeah, I saw it. Because my kids aren't going to see it. Yeah, so I want to see that. I missed the boat on I Know What You Did Last Summer because I wanted to do a podcast about that just so that Liam could get in his joke. Do you remember what your joke is that I want to steal? And I hope you don't remember.
No, you could steal it.
So
I write a lot of jokes.
Make sure that, well, it must be nice to write a lot of jokes. So, of course, that would be Jennifer Love Handles in I Know What You Ate Last Summer. So,
yes. Yeah. Thank you. She's thick now, as the kids say.
She's thick like Brendan Schaub. Sorry, I couldn't get his name out.
So here's the thing. Zach Cregger's his last movie was Barbarian, and all the kids I go to school with were so excited to share how great Barbarian was. I still haven't seen it.
Oh,
but I know that this is a guy like to watch and to like follow his career.
And this is the guy who made Weapons. Is that the connection?
Yeah? And he was also one of the whitest kids you know.
Oh, okay, that I actually know.
And he's Resident Evil. I think he's doing the reboot or remake or requel or whatever it is. So yeah, I Weapons is great. It definitely lived up to the hype for me. And
you know what made me decide to ultimately not go that night, Liam?
I couldn't
Well, that I never heard from you, but runtime of 2 hours and 8 minutes. I was
you heard from me the next day. That's good enough.
No, it's fine. That wasn't. It really was the runtime. There's a few movies coming out that I want to see. Right now, Weapons is kind of it. I think
I'm going to suggest if you've seen Weapons, have you seen Freakier Friday?
I'm wearing the friendship bracelet.
Oh well, I apologize.
I enjoyed it.
I watched Freaky Friday with the kids in possible preparation of going to see that, and there's a wild storyline in Freaky Friday, and that's Chad Michael Murray being in love with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then everybody shrugs it off, and it's okay that he's with Lindsay Lohan at the end of that movie. Man, the early 2000s were just a fucking wild time.
I would say Jamie Lee Curtis, I'd hit that today.
I'd hit that 10 years from now. I have no, yeah. I mean, just remembering Trading Places and A Fish Called
That's all I
Wanda.
need. That's all I need.
Literally all I need. Yeah.
Somebody get to her PR. Let her know.
Oh, I mean, I met her once. Actually, I
Oh.
shared a statement with her, and I had to behave myself because of course I'm going to behave myself, but like I had to tell my mind stop. Like
I'm Inga.
She was Trading Places, the most beautiful creature in the world, and it made me really think that hookers in New York would be a lot more attractive than it turns out they are.
By the way, I hope your wife didn't hear that.
Oh, she knows. She's she lived in New York.
It's like either of our wives are awake right now. I mean, and I don't know about Eric, but I think the last time my wife watched a show that I did was episode 3 of Who Are These Broadcasters. It was so long ago, Carl was still on. That's how long it's been. So, in any case, now we've done the rambling part so long that is probably the part where we could have just kept talking after we ended the stream. And but I want to make sure that everybody knows where they can find Count Eric Connor apart from seeing UHF with me in about a week and a half.
Well, I think everyone should come and meet us, and we'll even take half a picture with you if you identify us correctly.
If I come, will you treat me like a fan? Oh man,
yes, we
Initially,
always do.
Initially, then we'll treat you with scorn. Count Eric Connor, you can get me there if you're local-ish. We're doing a sneak preview for the Burbank Film Festival Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, the 20, whatever that is, the 26th. And you should come to that Burbank Public Library. Get to see some filmmakers.
Which branch? Buena Vista?
Buena Vista branch.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the classic
the branch.
We don't do anything at the Central Library.
No,
we only do the
fools.
Yeah,
I'm signed up for an event there. I'm probably not going to go, but I signed up.
Oh, for Walter Mosley?
Yes.
Yeah, I did too.
I think I'm going to go to that.
Well, I will unfortunately the same night be in conversation with Roger E. Mosley from, of course, Magnum PI. He flew a helicopter.
Oh, Magnum!
He played TC on that show. And Leah McEnany, your special is not yet available. If it were, I would tell people to go check it out because Eric and I were there when it was filmed.
Oh, that's right. You're very
front
visible.
row.
You're very visible because a lot of audience left before my special started taping.
Well, there was one of those things where we came to see your special and didn't realize that we would be seeing, I think, 3 specials before yours.
They ran out like weapons with their arms to the side, and they ran out into the night, never to be seen again.
I do address all that. I had them put lower thirds in as I do the walk to the stage to explain the entire situation, including that there's no AC in the venue. So
there was not. It was December and it was sweltering.
So you guys, and by the way, there's an open courtyard literally right next to the where the seats were.
Yeah.
And it was still too hot.
Yeah. The open courtyard didn't help.
So so I explained all that because I felt it was a triumph over adversity for sure. And I had them leaving a lot of me fucking around and restarting my bits and making fun of them for doing standing ovations at the end of these specials where not everybody killed. Anyway, that'll be on Amazon. Speaking of Amazon Prime, that'll be on Amazon Prime in October, and I will be doing some podcasts to be doing one that might get me into big trouble with one of my friends because his brother hosts it.
So you'll be on.
All I can say.
You're going to be on with Neil Brennan and Alex Jones's brother.
We'll see.
Those are both great shows.
With Quadfather's brother, Rodfather.
Rodfather.
Well, yes, but his voice is much higher than.
He's a shameful boy. That's the difference. Yeah. Also, I have a Substack. I know this is a movie podcast. Nobody reads anymore, but you can subscribe to my podcast. Substack, writeliam.com. And one more thing, I think I'm going to be, even though YouTube demonetized my channel, I'm going to be starting a podcast to promote my special and a couple of other projects. And if I can get some guests together, that might even start next week. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, if people want
to navigate while I'm full time in school, so
if people want to stay tuned to your channel, where would they find that?
That is Pop Culture Dumpster on YouTube. Getting served left and right with strikes.
Okay.
And
you kept trashing my kids, Liam.
I'm gonna sue you. You recorded my conversation.
Well, if you're still listening and watching, one, bless you. Two, you're already a part of Bladtcast Nation, Bladtcast. But although this is also on Liam's channel, so please find my personal podcast, the Bladtcast, Bladtcast, the Bladtcast, where we do other stuff, but it's mostly movies and TV. So you can find that, and of course, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Who Are These Broadcasters with myself and Eric Zane on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel. And of course, it also exists as an audio podcast. And we try to describe the videos of bears that you can't see. And
the best show I like to watch it if I'm awake on a Tuesday morning before noon. And I remember to check YouTube.
That's probably the nicest thing anybody's ever said about the show, Liam. So I appreciate that.
No, it is a fun show. I do enjoy watching it.
Eric Zane is very tough to predict because there are times where I'm like, I've got one that I know is gonna send him off the handle, and he's like, it's okay, and then he just loses it over one that I never expected. So tune in for that, and of course. The podcast I actually make money on, 100 Songs That Define Heavy Metal. I don't really speak on it hardly ever. It is hosted by Brian Slagle, who is the CEO of Metal Blade Records, but this is the show that I co-created, pitched, and sold, and I make money on it, and we talk about heavy metal. So check that. We had Scott Ian from Anthrax on our latest episode, and
he's great. I love Scotty. I love Anthrax.
We had Chris Jericho on recently, and
lead singer of Fozzy.
Yes, but to me, he's the lead singer of Quarantine with a K, which is his '80s Kiss tribute band. And
to me, he's one of the funniest wrestlers on Best Week Ever.
Oh, well, there you go. That's always good. And he only focuses on the true era of Kiss, '80s Kiss, which of course is disappearing. And if I had my green screen, I'd be able to show you that I have a cassette of Kiss's Crazy Nights right here. You can kind of see it. Good enough. Anyway, that's enough plugs. That's enough everything. But I think I have more comments now that...
this is why I don't like to do anything on my channel.
Yeah. So the final boss says, Liam, you have fallen from grace from MLC to Carl Cuck with 3 viewers. I'm disappointed. We have 45 people watching right now. I don't know what they're talking about. By the way, almost all of those are Liam's channel.
I will say I have been doing this show the entire time I've been doing MLC. So guess what? There's nothing to fall from.
Yeah, no. This is grace, I would say.
Yeah.
In any case, thank you to, first of all, thank you to Ice Cube for saying yes to this movie. But then, apart from that, thank you to Eric Connor, Leah McEnany, and everyone in the chat, you especially, Dave, Sarah, and Scarecrow, I'll miss you most of all. We will see you next time on the Bladtcast.